Welcome to DMV Pass. If you are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe now and activate notifications so you don't miss our future post. In today's video, we're going to review questions that you may encounter on your CDL test. General knowledge. Let's go. Which of these is the most important thing to remember about emergency braking? A. Never do it without downshifting first. B. If the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle. C. Disconnecting the steering axle brakes will help keep your vehicle in a straight line. The CDL manual in its section 2 covers emergency braking and quotes that, if the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle. The correct answer is B. If the wheels are skidding, you cannot control the vehicle. Next question. To prevent brake fade, you should A. Select a gear that will keep your vehicle at a safe speed on steep downgrades. B. Coast down hills that are not very steep inclines. C. Apply constant hard pressure on the brakes. According to sections 2 and 5 of the CDL manual, overusing your brakes on a long and/or steep downgrade may result in a brake fading or failure, so you must consider using low gear and try to keep your vehicle at a safe speed using proper braking techniques. The correct answer is A. Select a gear that will keep your vehicle at a safe speed on steep downgrades. Next question. What can you do at an accident site to help avoid another accident? A. Have a drink to calm your nerves. B. Put out warning devices so people don't run into the accident site. C. Leave your vehicle, do nothing, and get to higher ground. D. Stay in your vehicle and do nothing until help arrives. In the section 2, the CDL manual advises to set out reflective triangles to warn other drivers to avoid the accident. The correct answer is B. Put out warning devices so people don't run into the accident site. Next question. Can federal inspectors inspect your truck or bus? A. No. B. Yes, and they can place it out of service. C. Yes, but they cannot place it out of service. In the Driving Safely chapter of the CDL manual, we can read, federal and state inspectors may inspect your vehicles. If they judge the vehicle to be unsafe, they will put it out of service until it is fixed. The correct answer is B. Yes, and they can place it out of service. Next question. You are driving a 40-foot vehicle at 35 miles per hour. The road is dry and visibility is good. What is the least amount of space you should keep in front of your vehicle to be safe? A. 4 seconds. B. 6 seconds. C. 2 seconds. One good rule says to follow far enough behind other vehicles, at least 1 second for each 10 feet of your vehicle length, plus another second if going over 40 miles per hour. The correct answer is A. 4 seconds. Next question. What do retarders do? A. Reduce brake wear and tear. B. May cause your vehicle to skid more easily. C. Apply braking power to the drive wheels. D. All of the above. Retarders, a type of auxiliary braking system, are used in commercial vehicles, particularly heavy-duty trucks and buses. They provide additional stopping power, making the vehicle stop faster while reducing the need for continuous use of the vehicle's primary braking system. But applying retarders on bad tires or slippery roads can cause your vehicle to skid. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Next question. Which of these statements is true about causes of vehicle fires? A. Underinflated tires will not cause a vehicle fire. B. Poor trailer ventilation can cause flammable cargo to catch fire. C. Carrying a properly charged fire extinguisher will help prevent fires. Some causes of vehicle fires include flammable cargo, improperly sealed or loaded cargo, and poor ventilation. The correct answer is B. Poor trailer ventilation can cause flammable cargo to catch fire. Next question. One can recognize hazardous materials by looking at the containers. A. Color. B. Label. C. Shape. According to the CDL manual, shippers are required to use a shipping paper and diamond-shaped hazard labels to warn dockworkers and drivers of the risk. The correct answer is B. Label. Next question. You should have a minimum of blank tread on your steering tires. A. 4/32 inch. B. 1/4 inch. C. 2/32 inch. To drive safely, enough tread is especially important in winter conditions. You must have at least 4/32 inch tread depth in every major groove on front tires. The correct answer is A. 4/32 inch. Next question. No matter how small the cargo is, it should have at least A. 2 tie-downs. B. 6 tie-downs. C. 1 tie-down. Your cargo should have at least 1 tie-down for each 10 feet. No matter how small the cargo, it should have at least 2 tie-downs. The correct answer is A. 2 tie-downs. Next question. In your pre-trip inspection, you are checking your steering and exhaust systems. Which of these problems should be fixed before the vehicle is driven? A. Steering play in excess of 10 degrees, 2 inches on a 20-inch wheel. B. Oil on the tie rod. C. Gray smoke from the exhaust pipe. Steering wheel play of more than 10 degrees, approximately 2 inches movement at the rim of a 20-inch steering wheel, can make it hard to steer. The correct answer is A. Steering play in excess of 10 degrees, 2 inches on a 20-inch wheel. Next question. What is the most important and obvious reason to check your vehicle? A. Safety. B. Employer liability. C. Make sure your paint is not chipped. D. See if your vehicle needs a wash. Safety is the most important reason you need to inspect your vehicle. Safety for yourself and for other road users. The correct answer is A. Safety. Next question. What is a common cause of tire fires? A. Underinflated tires. B. Cold tires. C. Overinflated tires. D. All of the above. Underinflated tires and duals that touch are some of possible causes of fire on heavy-duty vehicles. The correct answer is A. Underinflated tires. Next question. It takes the body about blank hours to get rid of the alcohol in 4 drinks. A. 6. B. 2. C. 4. Your liver metabolizes alcohol at a rate of approximately 1 drink per hour. For 4 drinks, it will take about 4 hours. Remember, only time, not black coffee or cold shower will sober you up, according to the Commercial Driver Handbook. The correct answer is C. 4. Next question. Name some important steering system parts. A. Tie rod, spindle, and pitman arm. B. Main spring, axle, and spring shackle. C. Leaf spring, vehicle frame, and torque rod. Let's take a quick look at this figure found in the Section 2 of the CDL manual under Steering System. The correct answer is A. Tie rod, spindle, and pitman arm. Next question. Turn signals should be used. A. At least 350 feet before turning or changing lanes. B. At least 250 feet before turning or changing lanes. C. At least 100 feet before turning or changing lanes. Because changing lanes can take a lot of distance, it is very important to signal early, well before you turn. It is the best way to keep others from trying to pass you. The correct answer is C. At least 100 feet before turning or changing lanes. Next question. A vehicle is loaded with most of the weight on the steering axle. What may result? A. Better handling. B. Hard steering and possible damage to the tires. C. Too little traction on the steering axle. It is important to balance your weight, as unbalanced cargo can make vehicle handling unsafe. Too much weight on the steering axle can cause hard steering. It can even damage the steering axle and tires. The correct answer is B. Hard steering and possible damage to the tires. Next question. Empty trucks have the best braking distance. A. True. B. False. C. Can't tell without more information about vehicle. D. Can't tell without more information about cargo. Brakes, tires, springs and shock absorbers on heavy vehicles are designed to work best when the vehicle is fully loaded. Empty trucks require greater stopping distances because an empty vehicle has less traction. The correct answer is B. False. Next question. Which of these is not part of the pre-trip inspection of the engine compartment? A. Valve clearance. B. Condition of hoses. C. Worn electrical wiring insulation. Condition of hoses and cracked, worn electrical wiring insulation and connections must be checked as part of the engine compartment inspection. The correct answer is A. Valve clearance. Next question. Which of these statements is true about other drivers? A. Mail or delivery truck drivers do not pose a hazard. B. Drivers using turn signals can be trusted to turn in the direction they indicate. C. Short-term or daily rental truck drivers are often not used to the limited vision and pose a hazard. In order to protect yourself and others, you must know when other drivers may do something hazardous. For example, rental trucks should be watched carefully. Their drivers are often not used to the limited vision they have to the sides and rear of the truck. The correct answer is C. Short-term or daily rental truck drivers are often not used to the limited vision and pose a hazard. Next question. Tank vehicles are used to carry liquids and are dangerous to drive because of A. A high center of gravity. B. The danger of load surge. C. Both of the above. Drivers of any commercial motor vehicle that is designed to transport any liquid or gaseous materials within a tank must be very careful because of high center of gravity, and cargoes tend to shift positions. The correct answer is C. Both of the above. Next question. If your brakes get wet while driving on a rainy day, what can happen when you apply the brakes? A. Excessive brake wear. B. Trailer jackknifing. C. Hydroplaning. When driving in heavy rain or deep standing water, your brakes will get wet, and this may cause a lack of braking power, wheel lockups, pulling to one side or the other, and jackknife when pulling a trailer. The correct answer is B. Trailer jackknifing. Next question. How can you avoid wet brake problems? A. Slow down, shift to a lower gear, and gently apply the brake. B. Speed up or shift to a higher gear. C. Apply the brakes harder and faster. Avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water if possible. If not, you should slow down and place transmission in a low gear, drive slowly and brake smoothly on slippery roads. The correct answer is A. Slow down, shift to a lower gear, and gently apply the brake. Next question. The following statements about an engine overheating are true except A. Antifreeze is only used in colder temperatures. B. If you can touch the radiator cap with your bare hand, it is probably cool enough to open. C. It is not possible to safely drive without radiator fluid. D. Never leave the engine running if it is overheating. It is very important to use windshield washer antifreeze to prevent freezing of the washer liquid when driving in winter, but you don't have to remove the windshield washer antifreeze just because winter is over. The correct answer is A. Antifreeze is only used in colder temperatures. Next question. Which of these statements is true about warning other drivers of a stopped vehicle? A. Move the rear reflective triangle back if the driver's vision is obscured to within 500 feet. B. Put out your emergency warning devices within 5 minutes. C. Keep the vehicle's tail lights on to warn other drivers. Move the rearmost triangle back beyond any hill, curve, or other obstruction that prevents other drivers from seeing the vehicle within 500 feet. The correct answer is A. Move the rear reflective triangle back if the driver's vision is obscured to within 500 feet. Next question. What is countersteering? A. Turning the wheel back in the other direction after steering to avoid a traffic emergency. B. Turning the wheel in a counterclockwise fashion. C. Steering in the opposite direction from what other drivers expect you to. According to the CDL manual, countersteer is to turn the wheels back in the other direction once you've passed whatever was in your path. Think of emergency steering and countersteering as two parts of one driving action. The correct answer is A. Turning the wheel back in the other direction after steering to avoid a traffic emergency. Next question. The total weight of the powered unit, the trailer and the cargo, is called A. Gross combination weight. B. Gross axle weight. C. Gross vehicle weight. Gross combination weight rating is the maximum weight of a vehicle and its attached trailer, including cargo. The correct answer is A. Gross combination weight. Next question. Which of these best describes how you should use the brake pedal on a steep downhill grade? A. With stronger pressure as the vehicle goes downhill. B. Snubbing. C. Repeated strong pressure, then release. There are many different braking methods you can use when going down steep mountain roads, and snubbing is one of them. This is when you take your time to slow down, shift to a lower gear at safe speeds, but there should be plenty of room between you and the vehicle in front of you, or there is no vehicle in front of you, so you have a lot of distance to slow down. The correct answer is B. Snubbing. Next question. You should schedule your driving. A. Between the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 p.m. B. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and midnight. C. For the hours you are normally awake. In order to prevent drowsy driving, you need to get enough sleep. On average, adults need 8 to 9 hours of sleep to maintain alertness. The correct answer is C. For the hours you are normally awake. Next question. When driving on grades, which of these is the best choice for a safe speed? A. Follow the vehicle in front of you. B. If you have a light load, go faster than you would with a heavy load. C. Based on your vehicle and its cargo, select a speed that is safe within the posted limit. The most important consideration is to select a speed that is not too fast for the total weight of the vehicle and cargo, length and steepness of the grade, road and weather conditions. The correct answer is C. Based on your vehicle and its cargo, select a speed that is safe within the posted limit. Next question. Why are placards used? A. So hazardous materials won't be mixed with food. B. To communicate the risk. C. Because it is the law. Placards are used to warn others of hazardous materials, in other words, to communicate the risk. The correct answer is B. To communicate the risk. Next question. Which of these is a proper use of vehicle lights and flashers? A. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you that you are going to stop on the road. B. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind of a hazard that will require slowing down. C. Both of the above. Warn drivers behind you when you see trouble ahead and think you'll need to slow down. A few light taps on the brake pedal to flash the brake lights should warn drivers behind you. Also, use the four-way flashers when you are driving very slowly or are stopped. The correct answer is C, both of the above. Next question. Wheel bearing seals should be checked for A. Color changes. B. Leaks. C. Gasoline. You should check that wheel bearing seals are not leaking. The correct answer is B. Leaks. Next question. What three things related to cargo is the driver's responsibility? A. Inspecting the cargo, hauling the cargo, and properly securing the cargo. B. Inspecting the cargo, recognizing overloads, and properly securing the cargo. C. Weighing the cargo, properly securing the cargo, and delivering the cargo. As a driver, it is your responsibility to inspect the cargo, make sure the cargo is secured and properly loaded. The correct answer is B. Inspecting the cargo, recognizing overloads, and properly securing the cargo. Next question. Which of these items is not checked on a pre-trip inspection? A. Amount of fuel in the vehicle. B. Whether all vehicle lights are working and clean. C. Cargo securement. As a driver, you do need to know how much fuel you have available, but it is not part of the vehicle inspection where you will check if the fuel tanks are properly mounted and secured with no leaks from tanks or lines. The correct answer is A. Amount of fuel in the vehicle. Next question. Which of these is not caused by rough acceleration? A. Damage to the coupling. B. Mechanical damage. C. Tire damage. You need to speed up smoothly and gradually so the vehicle does not jerk. Rough acceleration can cause mechanical damage. When pulling a trailer, rough acceleration can damage the coupling. The correct answer is C. Tire damage. Next question. Which of these statements about double clutching and shifting is true? A. Double clutching should only be used with a heavy load. B. Double clutching should not be used when the road is slippery. C. You can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. Study the driver's manual for your vehicle and learn the operating RPM range to know when to shift up. Watch your tachometer and shift up when your engine reaches the top of the range. You can also use the speedometer to know when to shift up. The correct answer is C. You can use the tachometer to tell you when to shift. Next question. The minimum tire tread depth for front tires is A. 1/32 inch. B. 3/8 inch. C. 1/2 inch. D. 4/32 inch. Enough tread is especially important in winter conditions. You must have at least 4/32 inch tread depth in every major groove on front tires. The correct answer is D. 4/32 inch. Next question. All drivers who need a CDL must take the A. Air brakes test. B. Combination vehicles test. C. Chauffeur's license test. D. General knowledge test. No matter what class of commercial driver's license you want to apply for, whether it's a CDL Class A, B or C, you have to pass the general knowledge test. The correct answer is D. General knowledge test. Next question. What is hydroplaning or aquaplaning? A. when the tires lose their contact with the road. B. Driving in the snow. C. When you hit a pothole. In bad weather, water collects on the road, and when this happens, your vehicle can hydroplane. It's like water skiing. The tires lose their contact with the road and have little or no traction. The correct answer is A. When the tires lose their contact with the road. Next question. What is the new blood alcohol concentration, BAC, for commercial drivers to be considered intoxicated when driving a commercial vehicle? A. 0.06. B. 0.04. C. 0.02. It is illegal to operate a commercial motor vehicle if your blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is 0.04% or more. The correct answer is B. 0.04. Next question. Escape ramps are A. Used to stop runaway vehicles. B. Used to get out of a burning truck. C. For combination vehicles only. Many steep mountain downgrades have escape ramps built on them. Escape ramps are designed to stop runaway vehicles safely without injuring drivers and passengers. The correct answer is A. Used to stop runaway vehicles. Next question. Maintain good visual alertness by A. Fixing your eyes on the road in front of you. B. Looking ahead as far as you can see. C. Keeping a close eye on the road behind you. D. Shifting your attention between the mirrors and the road ahead. Generally speaking, maintaining alertness while driving, especially at night, is not easy. Avoid fixing your eyes in one direction for too long. It is better to shift your attention between the mirrors and the road ahead of you. The correct answer is D. Shifting your attention between the mirrors and the road ahead. Next question. How do you test the hydraulic brakes for leaks? A. Drive slowly and pump the brake pedal. Make sure it doesn't hit the floor. B. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold it for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. C. Drive 20 miles per hour and slam on the brakes. In order to test your hydraulic brakes for leaks, pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold it for 5 seconds. If the pedal moves or feels spongy, you have a leak. The correct answer is B. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure to the pedal and hold it for 5 seconds. The pedal should not move. Next question. Cargo that can shift should have at least blank tie-downs. A. 3. B. 2. C. 1. Remember, no matter how small the cargo is, it should have at least 2 tie-downs, 1 tie-down for each 10 feet. The correct answer is B. 2. Next question. How far ahead should drivers look, according to the manual? A. 5 to 10 seconds. B. 7 to 12 seconds. C. 12 to 15 seconds. D. 10 to 12 seconds. A good driver should look at least 12 to 15 seconds ahead. If you are not looking that far ahead, you may have to stop too quickly or make quick lane changes, which is very dangerous. The correct answer is C. 12 to 15 seconds. Next question. If you try to downshift while coming down a mountain, you might A. Damage the engine. B. Wear out the clutch. C. Get stuck in neutral. D. Lose traction. Before starting down a hill, make sure you downshift to a low gear, usually lower than the gear required to climb the same hill. If you try to downshift while coming down a mountain, you might get stuck in neutral. The correct answer is C. Get stuck in neutral. Next question. Dry bulk tanks and hanging meat. A. Have low centers of gravity. B. Are unstable loads. C. Do not require special care. As mentioned in the Section 3 of the CDL manual, dry bulk tanks and hanging meat require special care because they have a high center of gravity, and the loads can be very unstable, so they can easily shift. The correct answer is B. Are unstable loads. Next question. What will help a drunk sober up? A. Coffee. B. Fresh air. C. Time. D. A glass of water. If you have drinks faster than your body can get rid of them, you will have more alcohol in your body, and your driving will be more affected, but only time, not black coffee or a cold shower, will sober you up. The correct answer is C. Time. Next question. When you drive in the mountains, you will have to use lower gears to drive safely down grades. Which of these does not affect your choice of gears? A. Length of the grade. B. Type of tire tread. C. Weight of the load. The CDL manual in its Section 2 says, steeper the grade, the longer the grade, and or the heavier the load, the more you will have to use lower gears, but it doesn't mention tire tread as a problem in mountain driving. The correct answer is B. Type of tire tread. Next question. If required, a driver's trip log. A. May be written in pencil. B. May be brought up to date once a week. C. Must be shown immediately when an officer requests it. Law enforcement officers, federal or state inspectors may want to check your logbook for violation of the hours of service rules, and you must comply. The correct answer is C. Must be shown immediately when an officer requests it. Next question. When should you wear seat belts? A. Any time you are in a moving vehicle. B. Only in states where the law requires it. C. Whenever you are hauling hazardous materials. The driver's seat should have a seat belt. Always use it for your safety, especially when the vehicle is moving. The correct answer is A. Any time you are in a moving vehicle. Next question. As your blood alcohol concentration, BAC, rises, what happens? A. You see more clearly how alcohol is affecting you. B. Judgment and self-control are affected. C. You can sober up in less time. Good judgment and self-control are really necessary for safe driving, but alcohol affects your brain, thus, your judgment and self-control. The correct answer is B. Judgment and self-control are affected. Next question. Which of these statements about cold weather driving is true? A. An engine cannot overheat when the weather is very cold. B. Windshield washer antifreeze should be used. C. Exhaust system leaks are less dangerous in cold weather. In cold weather, you have to use windshield washer antifreeze to prevent freezing of the washer liquid. The correct answer is B. Windshield washer antifreeze should be used. Next question. What should you do before driving if you are sleepy? A. Drink some coffee. B. Take some caffeine pills. C. Get some sleep. Do not rely on caffeine to prevent fatigue. If you get drowsy or sleepy, you better stop driving and get some rest or take a nap. If you don't, you risk your life and the lives of others. The correct answer is C. Get some sleep. Next question. Which of these is a good driving rule for work zones? A. Turn on your flashers, hazard lights, and drive slowly. B. Use your brake lights to warn drivers behind you. C. Both of these answers are correct. When people are working on the road, it is a hazard. There may be narrower lanes, sharp turns, or uneven surfaces. Drive slowly and carefully near work zones. Use your four-way flashers or brake lights to warn drivers behind you. The correct answer is C. Both of these answers are correct. Next question. What are two special situations in which you should downshift? A. Before starting up a hill and when going around a curve. B. Before starting down a hill and before entering a curve. C. When starting off fast and speed shifting. The CDL manual describes a minimum of two special conditions where you should downshift: before starting down a hill and before entering a curve. The correct answer is B. Before starting down a hill and before entering a curve. Next question. Which of these statements about using turn signals is true? A. You do not need to use your turn signals when changing lanes in traffic on a four-lane highway. B. When turning, you should signal early. C. You should use your turn signals to mark your vehicle when it is off on the side of the road. There are 3 good rules for using turn signals. 1. Signal early before you turn. 2. Do not cancel the signal until you have completed the turn. 3. Remember to turn off your turn signal after you've turned if you don't have self-canceling signals. The correct answer is C. When turning, you should signal early. Next question. Your truck is in a traffic emergency and may collide with another vehicle if you do not take action. Which of these is a good rule to remember at such a time? A. Stopping is always the safest action in a traffic emergency. B. Leaving the road is riskier or more risky than hitting another vehicle. C. To miss an obstacle, you can almost always turn more quickly than you can stop. Stopping is not always the safest thing to do in an emergency. When you don't have enough room to stop, you may have to steer away from what's ahead. Remember, you can almost always turn to miss an obstacle more quickly than you can stop. The correct answer is C. To miss an obstacle, you can almost always turn more quickly than you can stop. Next question. Blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is calculated by measuring a person's A. Height, B. Body weight, C. Age. Blood alcohol concentration is determined by the amount of alcohol you drink, how fast you drink, and your body weight. The correct answer is B. Body weight. Next question. What is a hazardous materials placard? A. A sign placed on the back of a vehicle that identifies the hazard class of the cargo. B. A sign placed on the outside of a vehicle that identifies the hazard class of the cargo. C. A sign placed on the outside of a vehicle that identifies the hazard class and weight of the vehicle. Placards are signs put on the outside of a vehicle, on the front, rear, and both sides, to identify the hazard class of the cargo and warn others of hazardous materials. The correct answer is B. A sign placed on the outside of a vehicle that identifies the hazard class of the cargo. Next question. You start traveling twice as fast. How much will your stopping distance increase? A. 3 times. B. 2 times. C. 1.5 times. D. 4 times. Let's see what the CDL manual says. The faster you drive, the greater the impact or striking power of your vehicle. When you double your speed from 20 to 40 miles per hour, the impact is 4 times greater. The correct answer is D. 4 times. Next question. What is a hazard? A. A flashing amber light. B. A small animal. C. Any road condition or other road user that is a possible danger. A hazard is any road condition or other road user like a car or driver, a bicyclist, or a pedestrian that is a possible danger. The correct answer is C. Any road condition or other road user that is a possible danger. Next question. How does the height of the vehicle's center of gravity affect safe handling? A. Trucks with a high center of gravity can stop faster. B. Trucks with a high center of gravity can roll over at the posted speed limit for a curve. C. Trucks with a high center of gravity can get stuck on railroad tracks. A high center of gravity, cargo piled up high or heavy cargo on top means you are more likely to tip over. It is most dangerous in curves, or if you have to swerve to avoid a hazard. It is very important to distribute the cargo so it is as low as possible. Put the heaviest parts of the cargo under the lightest parts. The correct answer is B. Trucks with a high center of gravity can roll over at the posted speed limit for a curve. Next question. Which of the following may be a sign of tire failure? A. Wheels fishtailing. B. Gentle thumping. C. Both of the above. Signs of tire failure include, but are not limited to, a loud bang or sound, vehicle thumps or vibrates heavily, steering feels heavy, and wheels fishtailing. The correct answer is A. Wheels fishtailing. Next question. Which of these is a good thing to do when driving at night? A. Drive slowly enough to stop within the range of your headlights. B. Look directly at oncoming headlights only briefly. C. Keep your instrument lights bright. When driving at night, you must adjust your speed to keep your stopping distance within your sight distance. This means going slowly enough to be able to stop within the range of your headlights. The correct answer is A. Drive slowly enough to stop within the range of your headlights. Next question. When driving a commercial vehicle with a height over 13 feet, you should A. Not worry about the height clearance as long as you stay on state or federal highways. B. Stop and make sure if you aren't certain that a clearance is high enough. C. Assume all clearances are high enough. Pay attention to bridges or overpasses on your path of travel. Always make sure you have enough overhead clearance. Posted heights are not always correct. If you doubt you have safe space to pass under an object, go slowly, or stop. Take another route if you aren't sure you can make it. The correct answer is B. Stop and make sure if you aren't certain that a clearance is high enough. Next question. Optional safety equipment may include emergency phone numbers, tire chains, and A. Red reflective triangles. B. Tire changing equipment. C. A charged fire extinguisher. Spare electrical fuses, red reflective triangles and fire extinguisher are required emergency or safety equipment. Optional items may include tire chains, tire changing equipment, list of emergency phone numbers and accident reporting kit. The correct answer is B. Tire changing equipment. Next question. Which of these statements is true about medicines used to treat the common cold? A. They should only be used when driving during the daytime. B. They often make you sleepy. Therefore, they should not be used while driving. C. They can be used while driving as long as you only take half the regular dose. Besides alcohol, laws prohibit possession or use of many other legal and illegal drugs while on duty. This could include a variety of prescription and over-the-counter drugs like cold medicines capable of making the driver drowsy and affecting safe driving ability. The correct answer is B. They often make you sleepy. Therefore, they should not be used while driving. Next question. Is it legal to drive with 1/4 of a vehicle's leaf springs broken or missing? A. It doesn't make any difference as long as you don't exceed the speed limit. B. No. C. Yes. What does the CDL manual say about missing or broken leaves in any leaf spring? Well, if 1/4 or more are missing, or any defect could be dangerous. The correct answer is B. No. Next question. What is the best way to check the sides and rear of your vehicle? A. Stop every 50 miles and check. B. Simply rely on turning and looking at your blind spots. C. Check your reflection in other vehicles. D. Adjust your mirrors to see clearly before starting, and check regularly. Proper adjustment and use of the mirrors is vital to the safe operation of any commercial vehicle. Before moving a CMV, you should always check all mirrors. Make sure they are properly adjusted to get maximum viewing area, like the entire sides of your vehicle up to the mirror mounts, the front of the rear tires touching the ground, and at least one traffic lane on either side. The correct answer is D. Adjust your mirrors to see clearly before starting, and check regularly. Next question. You should try to park your vehicle so that A. You can pull forward when you leave. B. There is at least one curb next to your vehicle. C. Your vehicle is protected by trees or some overhang. Because you cannot see everything behind your vehicle, backing is always dangerous. When you park, try to park so you will be able to pull forward when you leave. The correct answer is A. You can pull forward when you leave. Next question. What happens when you let the air out of hot tires? A. It will cool them down. You will be able to continue your journey sooner. B. This is a good idea, so the extra pressure is relieved. C. This is a bad idea because when the tires cool off, the pressure will be too low. D. It has no effect at all. One thing you need to know about driving in very hot weather: air pressure increases with temperature. Don't let air out of the tires, or the pressure will be too low when the tires cool off. The correct answer is C. This is a bad idea because when the tires cool off, the pressure will be too low. Next question. When driving in cold weather conditions, your tires should A. Have at least two 30-inch tread on them. B. Provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. C. Have at least four 30-inch tread on them. You should be more careful in bad or cold weather, snowy or slippery conditions in mountain driving. There is more chance for skids and loss of traction, so your tires should be in really good condition. The correct answer is B. Provide enough traction to steer and push the vehicle through snow. Next question. Inspect your truck after you have driven. A. 150 miles. B. 75 miles. C. 50 miles after loading, and then every 3 hours, 150 miles, or at a duty change, whichever comes first. CDL drivers are required to do en route inspections, so after starting your trip, check cargo and securing devices again within the first 50 miles. Do the same after you have driven for 3 hours or 150 miles, at every change in duty status like DOT break or driver change. The correct answer is C. 50 miles after loading, and then every 3 hours, 150 miles, or at a duty change, whichever comes first. Next question. What does axle weight mean? A. The weight transmitted to the tires from the axle. B. The weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. C. Both of the above. Axle weight is the weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. The correct answer is B. The weight transmitted to the ground by one axle or one set of axles. Next question. Whether or not you load and secure your load yourself, you are responsible for A. Recognizing overloads and poorly balanced weight. B. Knowing that your cargo is securely tied down and covered. C. Both of the above. You are responsible for inspecting your cargo, recognizing overloads and poorly balanced weight, whether or not you loaded and secured the cargo yourself. This is found in Section 3 of the CDL Manual under Transporting Cargo Safely. The correct answer is C. Both of the above. Next question. An anti-lock braking system, ABS, will A. Shorten your stopping distance. B. Increase a vehicle's stopping power. C. Let you drive faster. D. Not change the way you brake normally. ABS only comes into play when a wheel would normally have locked up because of overbraking. ABS won't change the way you normally brake. The correct answer is D. Not change the way you brake normally. Next question. When driving in an area with few streetlights on a clear night, if you cannot see well with your headlights, you should A. Use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. B. Turn your interior lights on. C. Find another route that is better lit. Use high beams when it is safe and legal to do so. Keep the interior light off, and adjust your instrument lights as low as you can to still be able to read the gauges. The correct answer is A. Use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. Next question. Which of these is not a proper use of vehicle lights? A. Turning on your headlights during times when visibility is reduced. B. Flashing your brake lights to warn someone behind you that you are slowing down. C. Flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating. If you are being tailgated, increase your following distance. Opening up room in front of you will help you avoid having to make sudden speed or direction changes. It also makes it easier for the tailgater to get around you. The correct answer is C. Flashing your brake lights to stop someone from tailgating. Next question. The distance your vehicle travels from the time your eyes see a hazard to the time your brain recognizes it is called blank distance. A. Perception. B. Reaction. C. Braking. The distance your vehicle travels, in ideal conditions, from the time your eyes see a hazard until your brain recognizes it is called perception distance. The correct answer is C. Perception. Next question. What is the minimum tread depth for tires other than front tires? A. 2/32 inch. B. 4/32 inch. C. 3/32 inch. Check for minimum tread depth, 4/32 on steering axle tires, 2/32 on all other tires. The correct answer is A. 2/32 inch. Next question. What is an escape ramp? A. Ramps that are located a few miles from the top of a downgrade to help you stop. B. A quick way to get out of town. C. Ramps to get on and off an interstate highway fast. As discussed in number 43, escape ramps are designed to help stop runaway vehicles if your brakes fail on a steep downgrade. The correct answer is A. Ramps that are located a few miles from the top of a downgrade to help you stop. Next question. Before transporting a sealed load, you must check A. A picture of whatever is inside. B. A small sample of what is inside. C. That you don't exceed gross weight and axle weight limits. D. All of the above. Remember, before transporting any load or cargo, you must check that they are properly secured. Make sure the truck is not overloaded and the cargo is balanced before each trip. Unbalanced cargo can make vehicle handling unsafe. The correct answer is C, that you don't exceed gross weight and axle weight limits. Next question. You should avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water, but if you cannot, which of these steps can help keep your brakes working? A. Turn on your brake heaters. B. Press both the brake pedal and the accelerator firmly after coming out of the water. C. Gently apply the brakes while driving through the water. Avoid driving through deep puddles or flowing water whenever possible. If not, you should slow down and place transmission in a low gear. Gently put on the brakes. The correct answer is C. Gently apply the brakes while driving through the water. Next question. Which of these statements about cargo loading is true? A. State laws dictate legal weight limits. B. The legal maximum weight allowed by a state can be considered safe for all driving conditions. C. If the shipper loads the cargo, the driver is not responsible for overloading. All states have maximum limits for gross vehicle weight ratings, gross combination weight ratings, and axle weights. The correct answer is A. State laws dictate legal weight limits. Next question. What things should you check during a trip? A. Check your maps and directions and the weather report. B. Check load stability by slightly swerving left to right in your lane. C. Watch gauges and mirrors and use your senses to check for problems. Look, listen, and smell. For safety during a trip, you should watch the gauges for signs of trouble. Use your senses to check for problems by looking, listening, smelling, and feeling. The correct answer is C. Watch gauges and mirrors and use your senses to check for problems. Look, listen, and smell. Next question. To transport cargo safely, which of these are you not responsible for? A. Making sure that cargo is properly secured. B. Ensuring the freshness of sealed cargo. C. Recognizing possible overloads. D. Inspecting the cargo. Since you cannot inspect sealed loads, you are not responsible for checking how fresh the cargo is. The correct answer is B. Ensuring the freshness of sealed cargo. Next question. When a helper is assisting you with backing, what is the most important hand signal to agree upon? A. Stop. B. Go forward. C. Turn left. D. Keep backing. If you're being assisted by a helper when backing up, before you begin backing, work out a set of hand signals that you both understand and agree on a signal for stop. The correct answer is A. Stop. Next question. Why should you cover cargo? A. To protect your cargo from bad weather. B. Because many states require it. C. To protect individuals from any spilled cargo. D. All of the above. There are two basic reasons for covering your cargo. 1. To protect people from spilled cargo. 2. To protect the cargo from weather. But also, it is a requirement in many states. The correct answer is D. All of the above. Next question. Front-end header boards. A. Protect you from your cargo in case of collision. B. Block the forward movement of your cargo. C. Do both of the above. Front-end header boards protect you from your cargo in case of a crash or emergency stop. This structure should also block forward movement of any cargo you carry. The correct answer is C. Do both of the above. Next question. Cargo that is not loaded or secured properly can cause many problems. Which of these statements is true? A. Other highway users can hit or be hit by loose cargo. B. Loose cargo can cause injury to the driver or passengers during a quick stop or crash. C. Both of the above are correct. Loose cargo that falls off a vehicle can cause traffic problems and others could be hurt or killed. Loose cargo could hurt or kill you during a quick stop or crash. The correct answer is C. Both of the above are correct. Next question. While driving, ice builds up on your wipers and they no longer clean the windshield. You should A. Stop safely and fix the problem. B. Keep driving and spray the windshield with washer fluid. C. Keep driving and turn your defroster on. Drive slower until you can see again. If you can't see well enough while driving due to bad weather, for example, if your wipers fail, stop safely and fix the problem. The correct answer is A. Stop safely and fix the problem. Next question. Blocking the cargo to keep it from sliding must be done. A. At the cargo deck. B. At the front, back, and/or sides of a piece of cargo. C. Only at the front of a piece of cargo. Blocking is used in the front, back, and/or sides of a piece of cargo to keep it from sliding. Blocking is shaped to fit snugly against cargo and prevent movement or shifting of cargo. The correct answer is B. At the front, back, and/or sides of a piece of cargo. Next question. The road you are driving on becomes very slippery because of glare ice. Which of these is a good thing to do in such a situation? A. Apply the brakes often to keep the linings dry. B. Downshift to stop. C. Stop driving as soon as you can safely do so. Wet roads can double stopping distance. On packed snow, reduce speed by 1/2 or more. If the surface is icy, reduce speed to a crawl and stop driving as soon as you can safely do so. The correct answer is C. Stop driving as soon as you can safely do so. Next question. Convex curved mirrors. A. Make objects appear closer than they really are. B. Show a wider area than flat mirrors. C. Make objects appear larger than they really are. Many large vehicles have curved or convex mirrors that show a wider area than flat mirrors, which is often helpful, but everything appears smaller in a convex mirror than it would if you were looking at it directly. The correct answer is B. Show a wider area than flat mirrors. Next question. What items should be checked for safety on the steering column? A. Steering arms should not be missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. B. Up to 1/4 of the steering parts may be broken. C. Steering arms should not have mismatched, bent, or cracked lug nuts. Steering system must be checked for defects or missing nuts, bolts, cotter keys, or other parts. The correct answer is A. Steering arms should not be missing any nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. Next question. You are driving a truck with a manual transmission. While driving on an uphill grade, you have to stop the truck on the shoulder. Which of these is a good rule to follow when putting it back in motion up the grade? A. Use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. B. Let the vehicle roll straight backward a few feet before you engage the clutch. C. Keep the clutch slipping while slowly accelerating. Make sure not to roll back and hit someone behind you when starting uphill. If you have a manual transmission vehicle, partly engage the clutch before you take your right foot off the brake. Use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. Release the parking brake only when you have applied enough engine power to keep from rolling back. The correct answer is A. Use the parking brake to hold the vehicle until the clutch engages. Next question. You do not have a hazardous materials endorsement on your commercial driver's license. You can drive a vehicle hauling hazardous materials when A. The cargo will be transported less than 100 miles. B. Someone who has the hazardous materials endorsement rides with you. C. The vehicle does not require placards. Not all vehicles carrying hazardous materials need to have placards. You can drive a vehicle that carries hazardous materials if it does not require placards. The correct answer is C. The vehicle does not require placards. Next question. When preparing to enter traffic, you should do all of the following, except A. Wait for a large gap between vehicles. B. Be prepared for your vehicle to accelerate slowly, especially if it is loaded. C. Make sure you can completely cross traffic, if necessary, without interfering with traffic. D. Assume other drivers will make room for your much larger vehicle. When crossing or entering traffic, consider the size of your vehicle and the distance it will need to accelerate. Wait for a gap in traffic that is large enough to accommodate your vehicle before you begin to accelerate. Remember that you will need more room to accelerate if your vehicle is heavily loaded. Before crossing a road, be sure that you can get all the way across without interfering with traffic. You cannot assume other drivers will make room for your much larger vehicle. The correct answer is D. Assume other drivers will make room for your much larger vehicle. Thanks for watching until the end. Are you willing to support this channel with a one-time contribution? Our mission at DMV Pass is to create a better learning tool for prospective drivers preparing for their permit test. If you believe in what we do and want to help us on our journey, you can do so using any of these methods on the screen. Together, we can make the learning process as easy as possible for everyone. Thank you already for your support.